Evening, everybody. So let me just check that you can see. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. It is 5 to 11 at night. I'm up playing in my craft room, so I thought I'd share with you what I've been making today. So I've come up with 2 designs of different flowers. I haven't seen anybody else do them. I just literally sat there today and that's all I've been doing is playing with my scraps. I want to make a few flowers. I'll show you what I want flowers for in a second. But I don't want them foam and I don't want them paper. I want them fabric flowers. So these type of flowers I've made, and if you're in my Facebook group, you would have seen me do like an inspirational live. Now that one has come apart slightly. Every time I look at it, I can't. Now I'm looking at it on the camera, I can sort of see the buds there. But every time I look at it, it's falling apart because I've sewed all these together, and that obviously I hadn't pulled the stitches quite tight enough. But I will do a video on YouTube and show you how I would put them together, so you've always got it for reference. And then I made a tiny one. Now this is a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. It is tiny, really small. The other flowers, these are 2-toned. These I come up with myself, and these are the flowers that I'm going to be doing now. And then I've also made this little flower. Now it is raised, and it's, well, you can do it with all type of things. And if we'll see if I don't do it tonight, then I'll definitely come back and show you how I did it. I'd like to. This is going to sort of be a part video, so this will be part 1. The next video will be part 2, which will be making, I don't know, these type of flowers, and I'll do them on all different types, sizes. I'll even show you how to make the tiny one. And then the third part will be I'll show you how I put together this one. It's quite easy to put together, so this is going to be in parts. So the flower that I'm going to be doing tonight, I'm going to put them and this fuzzy little flower aside, are these. Now these are 2-toned. You can make them as big or small as you want them to be. I've actually sewn mine together, but I'm going to show you what it looks like sewn and what it looks like glued, so you can get the difference. So if you want to do either, or you could. Now that is 2-toned, and what I used was a piece of white fabric off a skirt. Literally bought a skirt just for the fabric, and then I bought that chiffony dress, and I used some of this. So I am gonna do the sewn one in these colours, and then the glued one in a different set. So you do need 2 separate pieces of material. I'm going to raise you up slightly. I'm going to move them aside. Now I've got just ordinary white cotton. It's not cut to a certain length, and I'm going to just cut it into strips. Now you only need 1 strip to make that flower. And again, it was just me sitting there today playing that I came up with these. So I've got 2 strips. If we can do 2 flowers, we will, but it's only 1 strip you'll need. So that's all with the white cotton. The white cotton aside. Now I'm going to get my chiffon, and it is a type of chiffon kind. I absolutely am falling in love head over heels with this fabric. I haven't stopped using it. That dress is not even a dress no more. And I'm going to cut this into 1 strip too. Just 1 strip you need. Come on. Right, 1 strip. Get rid of that. Right, so this is what you need. Now, I've also got, beside I'm going to zoom you back down. Is my pin cushion, and on my pin cushion I'm using some white cotton on the thread. You can actually see it on the blue mat. Now, what I did was this. I'm going to use this one because it's a little bit longer than that one. Move this white cotton aside a second. Hold your ends. Now, you need to fold your white cotton. It will come apart for the minute, but as you go along, you can hold it. You could, if you wanted to, stitch all the way down the side. Now, I didn't with mine because that's what gives it the scruffy sort of look. If you was to sew it all the way down, then where the fabric is coming apart, you know, where it's folded, you're not going to get that effect if you sew it all the way down. But you could, you know, there's the option there. So I'm going to fold that in half and then this one in half. Put this needle a second there. Right. You got your two ends. Cross them over like that. And then I'm going to use my white cotton as my piece of ones. Do you know what I mean? My main one at the minute. So take the main fabric that you're using and tuck it behind. So now that they're in sort of they're in the same line. So I'll do that again. So you folded it in half, cross them over so they're like that. Take this end underneath and hold it on the end. Now all you do is you turn it. Now it is a bit tricky to get it started, but once you got it started, if you find that there's too much white and you want the other fabric to show, take your, wait a sec, take your, I'm going to take this chiffon. So I'm going to use my chiffon more than I am with the white and just turn it. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So you sort of land with that. Now, but can you see just there's no chiffon base and in the centre. So I'm going to let it go for a second. I'm holding it this end now. Camera needs to focus. I'm holding it this end. And I'm going to turn it in the middle. And like I say, you can use your, sew your lines. So you now got sort of two ends. So where's my chiffon? There's my chiffon. There. Right? And all you do is this. Now, I'm going to hold this. It's going to be a bit tricky. I'm just going to cut that the same length. I'm not going to bother by the other side at the minute because that's my sort of end, that's my tail. And all you do is turn it, roll it. And because the fabric is turned, it will automatically want to roll itself. So just follow the roll as you're going along. And you'll get to that point. Can you see how there? Right. Now, my white has disappeared, but I've got enough chiffon there to keep me going. So what I'm going to do is take that white and tuck it under with my chiffon. I'm going to glue this one instead of sew it. Almost forgot my finger protector then. There. And that is how you land up with. Now my strips were a lot bigger. This strip that I cut was a lot shorter. So if you do them a lot bigger, you're going to land up with a bigger flower. But they're fun to do And then all you do is cut off the excess. And that's all there is to that. We'll do another one of them. I don't know. I tell you what, why don't we use this scarf? Now this scarf has already got sort of the two tones in. This will look really nice cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an end off. Oh, come on, Mr. Scarf. I'm going to put that aside a second. And I'm going to cut the end off. Now, this end has also got a tassel. Like a little pink tassel-y thing. So if you imagine, it is a head scarf or a scarf that goes around your neck. It is one of those, but it has got a bit of tassel on, so I want to save that tassel. See? It's already, so I want to save that. So where this is now, I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut there. You can do this with any type of fabric. You will get the same result. Well, it's the same method, sorry. You'll get a different result. Now, I've cut my piece. And my piece is a wooden needle. So let me just measure so I can give you a rough guide. I'm going to cut my piece to 20 inches. I think that's what I had when I did the big one. Because it's already entwined, all I need to do is twist it. Because it's already got that entwining in. Now, because it's a lot longer, I'm going to have to start the flower off. So I'm going to cut that end off. And I'm going to pop a little bit of glue just on the end. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it in like a sausage almost. Now I've entwined this. I'm not going to unravel it. I'm just going to let the flower do most of the work. Now this will almost become, oh, it's unraveled. This will almost become quite a big flower. And if you wanted it raised, so I've got that at the minute. So if you wanted it raised, now I want a little bit showing. So I'm going to let it go and then I'm going to glue just where my finger is. Be careful not to burn myself, because knowing me I probably would. So I'm going to glue it there and then I'm going to come back up. Let it go a little bit more. And then glue there. So this will become a different flower again. But because it's the same method, see? I knew I was going to burn myself. Right. See, so it's quite big, and if you find it that it's too big, it's possibly a little bit too big, so I would stop there, probably cut the end off and stop there. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there and a little bit of glue here, just so that it stays in place. But that, and you take the end and you literally put it underneath. You could put a clip on these and use them as brooches. See? And that I didn't have to entwine that because the fabric was doing most of the work. So I'm gonna tuck that little end in, because if I don't, you will just get in the way and there's no point cutting that off. But that, as I'm tangling myself up now, that is how I would do them. See? And then you can put anything you want inside them. You could put a diamante in them. You could put pearls around the edge. Like I've got some pearl string here, so let's see if we can do it on just one. See what it looks like. So I'm going to follow, tuck it in, and then I'm going to follow it round. Cut it off there. And then possibly do it here. And then cut glue underneath. Cut it off here. Right, and then do another one just there. Tuck him in. You could, you know, when you wrap your fabric, you could wrap the, put a little bit too much in there, but I'm not bothered by that because it is the back. You could intertwine your pearl. So that is what that one looks like. Do you see what I mean? There's endless possibilities you could do with them. So that was my creation today. Stay tuned because I will come back and I will show you how I did this little fuzzy flower. Got a bit of a dimension to him, and I'll be back to show you how I did these. So the next video I'll be back to show you how I did these fuzzy flowers. Let me know if you give them a go and let me know what you think of them. I will say good night because it's just gone past 11 o'clock, and I will speak to you all tomorrow in another video. Take care, speak to you soon. Bye for now. No star, everybody.